Hi, this is Shadi and today we will discuss Kazushi Sakuraba. People call him the Gracie Hunter. So in this video we're gonna go through his little tips and tricks, try to analyze what makes him so special and so unique in his game. His game seems rather very simple, but I always said this. The basics will take you a very long way. There's just so many simple things in the game of grappling that will always work no matter the level. This video is not to poke fun at anyone. Hoist, Hoyler, Henzo, all of them are great champions, very much accomplished, but nonetheless the fact that he beat them in this very vicious manner, in my opinion, it deserves a conversation and see why he was so successful. I know Halleck and then Hoist had another run with him. He wasn't like 100% successful, but nonetheless what he was able to accomplish against the Gracie family and so many members, that alone is very impressive in my eyes. 4 Gracie members, so that's not an easy task to pull off, especially the Henzo match. It was just absolutely amazing, and of course the Hoist, which we'll discuss at the end. So little things that I've noticed about him is obviously constantly chopping the legs, whether it is the stand-up or the ground game, he will always chop on the legs. He himself has very built legs, like these muscular calves and also the quads. Obviously it's gonna do a lot of damage on someone, and when you are a good grappler, especially with your legs like BJJ, that's gonna really affect your game. How many times have you heard John Danaher say, the legs, the strongest limb in your body, the legs, when he's talking about the triangle or the armbar, etc. But here, when you constantly attack them, it's gonna affect their game and it's gonna make their pace go far slower. The other thing I've noticed is troubleshooting a takedown. When he goes for a takedown, usually it's the single, and it doesn't really, even if it fails, they sprawl or whatever, it really shows that he can also recover and troubleshoot it in a way that he does not get punished for his failed attempt. And of course he is very good in the takedown. He has no problem standing up against his opponents, but that's not the case in my opinion against the Gracie. For the case of Gracie family, they do have a problem with takedowns historically. I'm going to talk about that, but here you see again he has good takedown game. He knows how to shoot, and if it goes wrong, he always has an answer. Also goes into the submission rather quickly. So here against the Gracie family, he did absolutely an amazing job. Chopping the legs was a big factor, and also the takedowns. The Gracie family, in my opinion, their kryptonite historically was the takedowns, and also his takedown defense is rather amazing. So here again, constantly chopping the legs. He has that thing where he jumps over someone's guard and just lands strikes. Again, great takedown defense as you see here. So Gracie family historically, their takedown or takedowns in general have been their kryptonite from the old days of Kimura, the Ono brothers, where he threw Elio over 30 times. Same thing with Takeo Yano against George Gracie. It seems that even though they're like judo black belts like Elio and Carlos Gracie broke Geo Omori's arm literally, but then after that Geo Omori was even able to score a takedown against him. For some reason takedowns is a big issue historically for the Gracie family, even go until recently with Kron. In his last UFC fight he couldn't even pull guard or take down someone properly, so that really affects them from the early days in the 1930s, 40s, 50s till this day now, and that played a huge role for Sakuraba. So again, here you see him against Henzo, great guard, great back takes, etc. Here again, his legs played a huge role, not only in just chopping up someone's legs, but also keeping someone at distance. And the other thing is that Sakuraba doesn't always wait, in my opinion. Maybe that's a catch wrestling thing, but he doesn't always wait to really craft that dominant position, isolate the limb, very much judo, jiu-jitsu like, and then apply the submission, but rather he gets his hand on whatever he can get his hands on and then just rip it apart. Someone takes his back, he goes for the leg or the kimura, and then just rip it from someone and causes a lot of damage. He doesn't really seem to go in the orthodox style. Again, here you see him chopping the legs. Someone's playing Hoiler, playing guard, chopping the legs, just does not care, because he knows that once he's in that guard, those legs are going to be very dangerous. Here you see those finishes very reminiscent to Masahiko Kimura against Helio Gracie. Here is a TKO. He refused to tap. I truly admire Hoiler's heart for doing this. I remember Hickson was outraged after that fight. Again, very reminiscent to Helio Gracie refusing to tap, also getting knocked unconscious with the triangle choke by Kimura, and then Carlos throwing the towel in. We're gonna see that later on. So again, in my opinion, these are like some of the tricks that makes him so special. First, constantly attacking the legs and having great kicking game, good takedown defense and execution, and also troubleshooting a takedown after it failed. He knows how to defend a proper counter. So here against Renzo, by the way, if it went to overtime or like the time ended, it would have been for Renzo. I'm not gonna show the arm, it's really just nasty, and also very reminiscent to this match between Uta Abe and Awandine Bouchard in the 2018. Look, she's tapping, and then but the referee didn't see here until eventually she gets it in. Very nasty. Finally, May 1st, 2000 against Royce. He wanted to redeem the name, and this is actually the longest fight in MMA history. I believe 6 rounds of 15 minutes, so an hour and a half. Again, you see Sakuraba's trying to do the same thing, kicking, chopping the legs, grabbing whatever limb is available, and then to just rip it out. Great defense against Royce. All his takedowns. Royce probably has the best takedowns in my opinion between them all. You can see it in UFC with the kick and then shooting for the legs. Here you see Atani Otoshi trying to take the back, but Sakuraba just does not care. Again, he doesn't need to establish something. He just grabs that leg and try to rip it out. Even though Royce had his back almost, here the round ended and it actually just at the right time. So here you see great, the fight continues. Great match. I suggest you go watch it in its entirety. You go see it here. Again, I just want to say that with the Yoshida, he came in without the gi, but here he came in with the gi against no gi. So I truly appreciate that. Here it served greatly for Sakuraba's favor. He didn't need to pass guard. He just pulled him and started punching his face. Again, great takedown defense. Royce could not get in closer to him because of those great and strong legs, and also that range of his, I believe his range is 6'2", the range of his punches. Also here chopping off the legs. Again, the basics still trying to work. He cannot just get him near him within an inch. It's a great fight. I suggest you watch it. The second one, not so much, but this one is absolutely amazing. So here you see the fateful and very historical moment after just a long and hectic battle. You see Helio Gracie here, and finally Horion just throws in the towel. The last time that happened was against Kimura, when Carlos threw the towel and Helio officially lost. So this was a very historical moment indeed. History repeating itself. The older brother throws in the towel on behalf of his younger brother, and it's just absolutely amazing. Those little tips, like I said, chopping the legs, great takedown defense, and here great sportsmanship. Unlike that scene that happened with Yoshida, here you see great sportsmanship. Talking after that, you also see Helio Gracie. So this is a very important match in my opinion in any martial arts, period. It's not only it's very long, you see a lot of explosiveness, very entertaining. Here you see a class act by Helio Gracie. So it's overall very much amazing to talk about Sakuraba. He did not have the perfect record. He had like 26 wins of 46 matches, so it's very good, but it's not like Khabib caliber or anyone else. So I wanted to make this video because someone asked me, and I think this is a great discussion. So if you have anything else to add, let me know down below. Also, consider supporting me on Patreon. I have exclusive content for the patrons only, and please do not forget to check out Josh Simon's shop for historical articles and t-shirts. This was Shadi, and as always, thank you for listening.